Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the today's live webinar. In this webinar, we are going to discuss about the Canadian work visa and a permanent residency related topics, and especially who can come to Canada. If you are watching my channel the first time, you can go through my YouTube channel and you can find a lot of information regarding the Canadian job opportunities for manufacturing, service, and healthcare industry related job topics. Now the time is 6 o'clock in Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia. Let's dive into this today's live session. Who can come to Canada? So the simple answer is anyone can come to Canada because Canada is a multicultural country. So people from anywhere in the world could come to Canada as a student, skilled immigrant, businessman, or a visitor. So there is no any restriction to come to Canada as long as if you have a proper document to enter into this country. And the Canadian government interested to bring a bright, skilled immigrant from all over the world as a talent people who can come to Canada and build the Canadian nation to the next level and to compete with other G7 countries like United States of America, Australia, New Zealand, other G7 countries, as well as the growing countries like India and China. As I said before, if you wanted to come as a worker to work in Canada, all you need is the right set of eligible qualification, English language skill, and 3 to 5 years of experience. So, if you wanted to come as a student and if you want to gain a Canadian education and qualification certificate, which is recognized by worldwide, so you can come as a student also. And the third one is entrepreneur. If you have a business idea or if you already running a business and you wanted to expand your business to the next level and you wanted to open a multiple franchisee or you want to expand your business to worldwide, then the Canadian entrepreneur opportunity is one of the best entry to come to Canada. So overall, we saw there is a three category of people who can move to Canada to move their career or a business growth to the next level. So who is having more chance to come to Canada? So, if you wanted to move to Canada as an entrepreneur, so I could say entrepreneur and business related visa or a immigrant process is the first chance, and the first reason is Canada looking for more entrepreneur and a business mindset people who can ready to invest money into Canada. The reason why the Canadian government support the entrepreneur or a business people to enter into the Canada, the main first reason is whichever the business or a entrepreneur who is starting their business in their country, they are going to create a job for the Canadian permanent residency or a Canadian citizen. And the second, they are going to invest in Canada, means they are going to bring a Canadian dollar to the country so that their Canadian dollar reserve will be increased, and that is one of the big positive for the Canadian economy. And some startup companies are going to experiment their product, so they are going to introduce new product to the market. That's the biggest advantage for Canada to show up their talent to other countries. If a business is opening in any rural or urban cities, they are going to support their local community. So once if they started the company, the local community is going to benefit because of the new worker into that community, and they are going to participate in community events, community economy, and community growth. As well as you all know, Canada business people, they can open their business throughout Canada from east coast to west coast without any restriction, as long as if you are ready to invest your money and if you can build up your business. That's what the Canadian government looking for, a entrepreneur who can come to Canada and open their business. So what type of business or an entrepreneur can come to Canada? In Canada, if you have a wide experience in any industry, and if you wanted to open your business, for example, it may be a restaurant, retail store, electrical contractor, HVAC companies, manufacturer, IT and software, automotive service, construction industry, engineering service, medical equipment service, transportation, or a engineering or a business consulting businesses. For example, if you already having your own restaurant in countries like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait, and if you wanted to open your international restaurant branch in Canada, there is a big opportunities for food and retail shops. And in case if you have a wide experience in service industries, for example, if it is a electrical company and if you wanted to open your electrical service and contracting support, you can open your electrical contract business in Canada by properly setting your electrical license, electrical business setups, and if you started to service to the retailer and for manufacturing or a construction industry. Similarly, there is a high demand for HVAC service and installation businesses. As you all know, in Canada, in each province, they have their multiple climate condition, and most of the time it could be a cold condition. So HVAC company plays a big role in Canadian service industry. In the winter time, most of the business they run their heating system 24/7, and this heating system has to be performed 100% efficiently, so that whether it could be a office, manufacturing industry, hospital, or any other public or a people living or a working condition, this HVAC has to be run at all time so that people or a equipment is going to perform efficiently to run a business. And there is a lot of opportunities for IT and software related entrepreneur or businesses to support the Canadian business. And if you wanted to move to Canada as an entrepreneur, find the right province where your business or your skill that will be more needed. Then you can start to work on your business plan according to the province requirement and follow the tax and regulation as per the Canadian CRA standard. And also you should have to know the investment requirement. The investment requirement change from each business to business, so that when you are doing your business plan, make sure what is the minimum investment requirement for your particular investment. And in case if you wanted to move to Canada as an entrepreneur and if you are looking for a professional guidance, please reach out me. I will link you to the proper professional who can help you on this province related entrepreneur or a business visa support. So who can come to Canada as a skilled worker? After the entrepreneur visa, there is a lot of opportunities for skilled trained people. Who are all the skilled people? If you are watching my channel, you can come to know my focus is more related to technical skilled people like electrical, mechanical, HVAC, industrial maintenance, and instrumentation related engineering skilled people, as well as healthcare related skilled workers demand in Canada. So if you are if you are related to this type of skill worker, then you can come to Canada. But before you are moving to Canada, what the Canadian government is looking for. So if you are a skilled person who have a right set of qualification, whether the qualification it could be a vocational certificate, diploma, degree, master degree, or a PhD, you consider as a skilled worker. In this category, your qualifications comes first. Once you have a proper qualification, then the next step is you need to get your English language score, and this English language it could be a IELTS or a self related language program that you need to score a minimum band as per your qualification and the skill that required to Canada. So you have a right set of qualification and you have a English language score, but the Canadian manufacturer or a employer they can expect a minimum years of experience. So if you are a electrical engineer, instrumentation engineer, or a automobile service technician, at least you need 3 to 5 years of experience in your major skill. So if you have a 3 to 5 years of experience when you are applying for PNP or a express entry related skill immigration, then there is a lot of opportunity and possibility you can get into Canada as a permanent residency. And the fourth one is age. If you have a education qualification, experience, language, and there is a right time of age eligibility that will give a more opportunity to enter into Canada. If you are age between 20 to 30, then there is a possibility your age criteria score will be more. And if you are more than 30 to 40 years, the score will be reducing because of your experience, because of your age factor. Because the Canadian government always looking for a young and talent people who can come to Canada and serve the Canadian nation for a long time. As I mentioned, the Canadian manufacturer and industry always looking for a skilled people. Once you have a right set of education and qualification experience, still you need to get some Canadian license to work in occupational related, that means restricted occupation related job openings. For example, if you wanted to work as a electrician, you should have to achieve your Red Seal certificate to become a electrician in Canada. And if you are watching this channel first time, type a command from which country are you watching this live webinar, and also you can ask your questions on the command box. In Canada, there is multiple job opportunities for your experience or your skill which is related to manufacturing, industrial maintenance, equipment service, construction, healthcare, and utility. We already saw the opportunities for entrepreneur and technical skilled people, and the third category is international student. The topic of the today's webinar is who can come to Canada. As we discussed, entrepreneur and skilled workers, and the third one is international student who can come to Canada to get their Canadian qualification. Why the Canadian government is focusing on student visa? You all know the Canadian government is focusing on Canada's future growth. That's the reason they are inviting a worldwide student to come to Canada to explore the Canadian education and the Canadian work experience. When you are studying in Canada, you are going to explore the Canadian education system, as well as you are going to gain the Canadian education certificate, and also you can work as a part-time worker in any of the industry so that you can get a Canadian work experience while you are studying. So this Canadian education is a high quality education, and the country is more safe and welcoming new student to Canada, and the Canadian institutions giving a opportunity for a multicultural environment so that you can experience different countries people thinking and thoughts. And once you got your qualification, that could be valid for globally. So if you wanted to come to study in Canada, all you should have to know is which program is more in demand, so that that job opportunity or that education which is going to give a better future in your future or in your Canadian job search, so that before you are moving to Canada, research the institution or a tuition or a school who is going to provide the degree or a PG diploma for your admission, and you should have to know the tuition fees, living cost for your study time. So far, we have seen entrepreneur, skilled worker, and student. So, in this three category, which category are you currently looking for move to Canada? Type a comment box from which category do you want to move to Canada, and if you already started your Canadian immigration or a work related process, share me your experience so far. How is your Canadian immigration process or a study plan is started? And if you wanted to ask any questions, ask me on the comment box so that I can able to answer you in the live session. If the question, it could be your job opportunity or what type of people the current Canadian employees are looking for. As I mentioned above, which province are you going to come and work as a skilled worker or an immigrant or a student? So do your research and then select the right province which you can able to come to Canada and sustain your future in that particular province. If you are coming as a skilled worker, as you all know, most of my channel topic which is related to the industries, manufacturing industry, service industry, and healthcare related industry. And I always talk about the demand for the particular industries like healthcare, engineering, industrial maintenance, electrical or mechanical engineers, automation, construction engineers, manufacturer, renewable energy. Particularly, this renewable energy industry is currently going up, especially solar installation is massively implementing throughout all the Canadian provinces, and also EV cars and EV charging stations are comes under the renewable energy. So there is a lot of opportunity in this industry for the next 10 to 20 years for technicians, engineers, sales and service people. If you are watching this channel first time, I am giving information related to Canada job opportunities and immigration related topics. These are all the most common mistake people used to do when they are applying for a Canadian job. And if you are not sure how to apply for a Canadian job opportunities, please reach out me so that I can try to help you to get the right Canadian standard resume and the CV. So if you wanted to move to Canada, so just use this plan before you are moving to Canada. Also, on the comment box, you can find a one page roadmap that for Canadian job opportunities from outside Canada, how you can move to Canada with that roadmap guidance. In that one sheet, you can properly structure your Canada plan. For example, where to start the Canadian immigration and what are all the steps you need to follow to become a skilled worker or a permanent resident to Canada. So, improve your English, gain related experience, collect your education qualification, and it has to be attested by the Canadian Education Assessment, and learn the Canada workplace culture because people come from different countries and each countries have their own workplace culture. So when you are new to the Canadian workplace, make sure you are try to adopt your Canadian culture, how the Canadian employers treating each employers, so that you can try to learn the Canadian work culture, and you have to research the province which you wanted to work and properly s- design your resume. So if you wanted my guidance, I am helping people who have experience in electrical, mechanical, instrumentation, automation, HVAC, CNC, hydraulic, compressor and industrial maintenance, medical equipment, healthcare, and technical related job opportunities. If you are working in this skill group, please reach out me if you want more guidance. So if you watch my YouTube channel, I published a lot of videos which is related to the Canadian industry demand job opportunities, Canadian career tips, how to write a technical resume, and how to prepare for the Canadian interview and opportunities throughout Canada. As I said before, research and plan before you move to Canada and use a official government source of website that provide you a proper information which can help you to move to Canada. Before moving to any new country, you have to be financially strong so that the initial stage of the month where you are going to spend your personal money to stable in the new country. If you have any questions related to electrical, mechanical, HVAC, healthcare, engineering, and Canadian labor law, reach out me for more information. And thank you for everyone whoever participate in this live session. And if you wanted to reach out me on my mobile, this is my contact number. In Canada, I am living in Vancouver, so that the timing mostly I follow is PST. If you wanted to reach out, call me from morning 5 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock on PST time. The current PST time is 6:30 a.m. And whichever country currently, if you are watching this live session, type your PST time from your country. And thanks for watching this live webinar. See you on the next webinar. If you are watching my channel first time and if it is more related to you or your friends or family, please put a like button and also share my channel to your friends and relative. And one more time, thanks for watching this live session.